This is just a little update on the Abandoned Jetberg car dealership. Many of you will know about the abandoned car dealership that's in Derbyshire. It has been left like this for well over 20 years, and I believe it's got something to do with a family feud. But whatever the reasons, it has sat there for well over 20 years, and in that time there has been a number of vehicles there, although the number has been dwindling, and I am aware of at least one car that was saved. When we filmed the site in 2024, there were two vehicles left, an Austin Maestro and a Vauxhall Cavalier. Because access to the site is so easy, there has been many incidents of vandalism, and the two remaining cars have been just getting more and more damaged over that time. Unfortunately, a few days ago, somebody or somebodies set fire to the Austin Maestro, which has of course left it as a burnt out shell. Now, I have read many comments underneath social media posts suggesting that this might have something to do with planning permission, and I do accept that in the UK at least, sometimes when you see a building destroyed by fire, you do think to yourself, is there an ulterior motive? But I genuinely believe that that's not the case in this instance, and the reason I believe that is, as we said in this video, there has been successful planning applications on this site at least twice before, but each time the planning application has expired because basically they haven't started the works. So I believe this is just bored numpties wanting to get their kicks, wanting to cause mischief, and maybe even seeing the fire brigade as they attend and put out the fire. The reality is, of course, whatever the reasons, the Maestro is now completely burnt out, leaving just the Vauxhall Cavalier left on the site, still looking relatively intact, although of course heavily vandalised. I hoped we would never need to film this video. In fact, I hope the next video that we film is simply one showing that the actual dealership is finally being demolished and the remains of the cars that are there removed. At least then we can put a line underneath this sad story of a dealership that has sat there so long, left abandoned for well over 20 years. My fear is, of course, now that the Maestro has been burnt out, that there is always a risk that the same or other numpties might be tempted to do the same to the Vauxhall Cavalier. I just hope that something actually happens to the dealership before then. As we finish this little update, Rick of the YouTube channel Agatha and Anything has a playlist with a number of videos about this dealership, many of them from other channels. I'll put a link to Rick's playlist at the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching, albeit a sad update. Enjoy whatever it is you're driving, and I'll see you soon.